Hello everybody, welcome back to SpeedForce Racing. My name is JB, and you may be watching this on Wednesday night for GP2, or you may be watching it in some other time, God knows when. We had some major technical difficulties, unfortunately, so we weren't able to stream the race. This is a live commentary, but also not live commentary between me and Shadow Britain here. Now, Tom, it adds an element of the drivers will be frustrated because they can't watch the stream back. The drivers will be frustrated because they won't know what's happened. If something happened, they won't be able to talk and all that with each other. But this is how it has been a little bit when it comes to racing, when it comes to live TV failures. So we have unfortunately lost the ability to stream live. It was just down to a software problem on one end, not on our end, not on Sony's end. We believe on YouTube's end, but we're not going to blame it on anyone's end. It's just a problem in general.
Bunjay's lagging.
So, as we see a Renault going slowly at turn one. Qualifying just...
Bunjay's left the session.
Technical difficulties are extending past the stream into the drivers' realm now. Obviously, all the drivers will be frustrated, but we can't do anything about it. Nonetheless, we had a good crack at it. I'm stuck in another league's channel, so I can't change, and Shadow Breton, you can't change either. So, having a little bit of problems. Nonetheless, though, we're at Monza for the GP2 race, which will possibly, the recording will probably come out before the next GP2 race in Singapore. Hopefully. I'm sure it's Singapore next, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Singapore next. Obviously, we've got the Premier tomorrow, and the Classics on Friday.
Yes, conveniently my car broke, so I can't drive in that one. So, if you could just quickly, Shadow Breton, can you just run through the championship standings for us before we run through the grid?
Alright. It'll be quick. It better be quick. Alright, leading the way, you've got James Raynor on 215. Second, you've got Jabogan on 160. Third, you've got Dantan on 107. Fourth, you've got Train Game on 105. Fifth, you've got Sanchevitz on 88. And with Jonas 6 points beyond on 82 in 6th place. Seventh, you got Mike Bards on 75 with Stam in 8th on 66 after his amazing win out in Spa last time out. 1 point behind him in 9th, you've got Lazard on 65. 10th, you've got Mike Bundy on 49 with Lyronix behind him on 33. Back guy Sven is 1 point behind Lyronix on 32 with Veska. Yeah, with Veska on 29. 28 points, you've got TNR Langfell. 20... Hold on, let's see if I'm getting it right. 25 points, you've also got AJU. Electra Dan on 12.
I'm going to cut you off, mate. They have just made it to the grid.
11.
So,
I'm sorry.
in all our excitement, it's absolutely fine. We've made it to the grid, though, so we're getting ready for 27 laps of racing. Dantan on pole position, his first pole position of the season. The number 90 car looking to have a bit of fun here in Monza. Let's get ready to go racing here to 5 red lights. The lights are lit up now.
Keep an eye on the midfield.
The lights are on and the lights are off now. The drivers are away. It's a great start from Dan and the McLaren looking quick in the background. JB Ogun having a good start. If you look further back, AJU jumping to Jonas.
Everyone's spreading out in the midfield.
They're trying not to make contact. JB Ogun into P2. He's staying through. It's contact.
It's Strayman. I just saw go wide into the straight.
Lazard being bullied off track by JB Ogun. He's dropped all the way down to 6th. He could complain that JB Ogun was too wide there.
Yeah, it was. I think
three wide into the chicane. Here comes Sanjevic trying to pass Chenge Well. Chenge Well doing a good job to defend. The other Toro Rosso of AJU, now of Lazard jumping over the curbs as they all try and come through. Lesmo 1, absolutely fine. Lesmo 2 is where the fun begins though, as people get a bit antsy. I've seen a giant pile up here. Last time we were racing, there's a mistake for Lazard as he tries to get out of the way. Now Sven up the inside.
Through. This is fantastic stuff from the boys. I think it's going to be. I think
He's
it was
back
bound
in
to be chaotic.
He bails out of trying to make the overtake, and the season 3 champion of T. Jonas is sat there thinking, "Good God's sake, I need to get through." Oh, why for the Ferrari in the background of Train Man? He's dropping behind.
He's down in 13th. Now Mike Bundy is right behind him. He could get a little bit of a sniff, and same with. Obviously, you've got Langdon up behind him. Mike Bundy goes down the inside. Good move from Mike Bundy.
Obviously,
into
TRS.
P13 he goes.
DRS not active yet here in Monza. Dantan leads from JB Ogun, but for how long? JB Ogun looking to the inside line. He decides not to make a move way too far back this time around. Chenge Wow is in P3 ahead of Sanchovic, who's just ahead of AJU. AJU is passing Sanchovic.
Ooh, that was a bit tasty through there, but AJU got the job done. Now, I think what Sanchovic needs to do now is to just regain his composure and then regain his rhythm
mistake
and come
there for
back at him.
Lizard really not paying attention
no!
as he barrel rolls into the side of Sven. He is driving like an absolute numpty. That's the word I'll use on this one.
Yeah.
He needs to calm it down a little bit with his driving. He is running a helmet over, which reminds me of Noki Yamamoto, who drove for Toro Rosso a few seasons ago, which makes me feel a little bit happy. I do like Noki.
Yeah.
But he does need to calm it down. It's a long race here at Monza, and it's 27 laps. Obviously, one less driver with the fact that Boonjay is not in the race. Look at the McLaren in the background. T. Jonas snaking and sliding as he tries to control the car. And there, you see Lazard running no downforce ahead as he tries to get past Sven. I think Sven's going to take him out at this point. He might just take him out just to make it easier. Dantan faster. Chain game well fastest.
Chain game. Yeah, T. Jonas is going to have DRS on Dantan, surely.
Not yet. The DRS is active yet, and there you see Lazard diving up the inside line of Sven, and Sven's handing up. See, the time penalty there is because Lazard has been cutting corners.
That's the first 3-second time penalty this race, and I won't be surprised if it's not the last. Because it's so easy. Oh yeah, Lazard is fighting with Sven. He's gone down the outside. He's going to see if he can go down the inside. Don't know if that was a dive bomb, but he gets the move done.
Well done to him for making the overtake work, but at the same time, I think he does need to calm it down a little bit because he doesn't seem to be in control of that car. He seems to be the car's controlling him.
Yeah, it's so easy to just lose your head when it feels like you're trying to fight the car rather than just be at one with it. But
the old ancient proverb that I like to live off, especially in league racing, is you cannot win the race in the first corner. You can extend that to you cannot win the race in the first lap.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless your name's Lewis Hamilton. Kill Bill has passed Trainman, who seems to be going even further back, but he is on the alternate strategy on the medium tyre, so we'll see him come back later on in the race.
He's getting left behind, and Trainman could catch him now.
Now, the DRS is open. Now the fun begins of drivers with the extra DRS push coming down the start-finish straight and along the run to Ascari. Drivers have got to really watch out and behave. Con with a time penalty. By the looks of it, trying to cut turn one, trying to catch up with Stam.
Yeah. Bogan picks up a bit of dirt heading into...
Ferrari's off! It's Sven! Sven's in the wall!
Oh no!
Sven heavy into the wall! He's facing the opposite direction. He's got to wait for the rest of the traffic. The damage is done.
He's not going to be happy. He's not going to be happy.
I just saw it in the background of him spearing off into the wall. It seems that he just hit the curb wrong. And Ferraris at Monza really seem to be struggling here, the Italian homebred team.
The Tifosi are going to be furious when seeing this.
Well, they should look at the other Italian team of Toro Rosso. They're starting to come up close today. AJU is in a well and truly in the battle.
Gets a 3-second time penalty
for the lead, and they're slightly drifting out wide as Dantan. Now, Joe Biogan's got a nail the exit here at Parabolica with DRS. He has the chance to take the lead of this race. Dantan powering along the straight. DRS active now. 4 cars coming through. One with DRS on the leader, the other with DRS on the third place man. Up the inside comes one of the cars. No,
let's Sanchovic into 5th.
Very well behaved. All of those drivers knowing that they cannot win the race as of yet.
Absolutely. You're spot on with that, 100%. Stam and James Braden battling for P9 with Debogan in 2nd. This is not ideal for James Braden because he has a border race today. He has a 55-point lead. So ideally, he wants to get another race where he can get the better of Debogan and extend that championship lead. But if Debogan can keep doing what he's doing, it's gonna get him. It's gonna provide him a pathway into closing down that championship lead of James Braden.
What a run from AJU. He's looking very quick there.
Oh,
Sector 3 yellow flag. Who is it?
It's gone round. It's Lyronics.
Lyronics crashing in Sector 3. The yellow flag's affecting every one of the drivers in the top 4. He's got to make sure that he's okay to continue on. Sector 3 continuing to a yellow flag. Slight mistake there from AJU. His tyres are wearing. It seems that Chain Gang Well will not be under pressure this time round. But I
can't see the stuff lasting long.
I will see JB Ogun looking to the inside line, looking to take the lead here at Monza. He does make the lead.
He has him.
He has taken it, and there you see AJU. He's going to try and deal with the Chain Gang, but Robin is not letting him through.
No, he isn't. He's not having this one bit. He's thinking, hey, this is my podium spot, not yours. Stay back.
Further back, we see moves from Mike Bundy, but there you see AJU up the inside, and Robin, the Dutch driver, having to bail out the move.
AJU gets a 3-second time penalty.
Now, theoretically, he should really let that back if he got a penalty for it, but at the same time,
yeah, I can understand why he'd risk the... Oh, Con gets a 3-second time penalty for going through the same corner as well.
It seems that Con's in a bit of trouble right now, because Langfeld is looking to steer his car through, where the battle is continuing.
Remember, behind.
The more the top 3 battle, top 4 battle, the closer the rest of the pack are coming. And look at that, you can see it on the track map.
Yeah, I think it's going to be... It's crazy to think how so much is going on up front. It feels like Christmas has come. If it's going to look like that, I think it's going to feel like Christmas has come early for the mid-pack as well.
Lazard.
They're thinking, you know what? I have a chance here.
Lazard has been repassed by Sancevic, and now he's going to the inside line. He will have the extra power. Well, you know he's running low downforce, because we've seen the way he's been driving today. He can't control the car under low downforce.
I know.
Closing the car, they see Vittorio Rosso starting to fight Dantan. These guys are coming thick and fast, though. 5th, 6th, and 7th are coming to come and play. Mike Bundy being passed by Con into turn 1.
Yep. Very good stuff by Con. Gilbert gets a 3-second time penalty from other warnings as well.
On board with the Williams of Chain Gang Wow, 1.4 seconds ahead of Lazard. He's got to really hope that he's able to keep that gap going. But he needs to get through. He's quicker than the pace around him right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Sancevic passed by T. Jonas into Lesmo 2. So was that a mistake from Sancevic?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think because of the pace that... I mean, we know how quick Sancevic can be, but...
Oh, crash!
What's happened?
Going way out wide. He didn't crash, but he managed to get it under control.
Which one? Who was it?
Lazard. Lazard bailed right across the gravel.
He's struggling with that car.
He's not happy. He's got no downforce on the car. He's clearly not experienced with the car at this track. So he's got to get his head in the game and know, maybe it's down to tyres. Tyres we know are starting to wear around lap 9.
Jonas is closing in.
Around lap 9 is when you want to pit for the soft tyres to bail off them and go onto the hard tyres, or possibly the medium tyres, but I'd say the hard tyres more comfortably.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, because if you pit in on the... I mean, hards can be real risk, but obviously if you're in that
side-by-side actions all gone wrong. AJU making contact with Dantan. Then he was snaking the rear end. Chain Gang Wow now in P2 after Dantan and AJU trip up over each other. The two Red Bull marked cars are thinking, oh, what have we done here?
Oh, AJU picks up a bit of dirt, exiting Lesmo. And now his teammate has gone through as well.
That's possibly the worst person on the track currently to be behind.
Yeah.
Let's see, through Ascari now, he seems very comfortable. Lazard getting it right.
Yeah, he's finding its rhythm. That's key for him.
Phenomenal.
But you've also got Chajonis right behind him as well.
Yeah, that's the thing, a previous champion. Moving around a lot in the braking zone as Lazard right now, trying to fake out Dantan at points where you can't make overtakes, which is a bit silly.
Yeah.
But who's going to be first to pit? Lazard pits behind Chain Gang Wow.
Oh no!
Both of them with time penalties.
Both get time penalties. It's so easy to get caught out with penalties on this track.
What a McLaren
pit entry.
What a McLaren thinking.
It really is.
And McLaren thinking, right, now we have to prioritise T. Jonas because he's in the top 5. Are we going to prioritise Joe Bjorgen because he's leading?
Yeah, exactly. I think the positive for Jebogen is that he's under 2 seconds ahead of Dantan. So if he can create a little bit of a gap before he heads into the pits, I think now could be the time for him.
Drivers all trying to now control their tyres. Mike Bundy following his teammate on the alternate strategy. Those two Mercedes looking to make up for a poor qualifying. The Ferrari is making up for a poor start to the race, looking to have fun. Now
James Braden and Kill Bill have gained the most places with 8. And I've just spotted Conga picking up a bit of dirt at the exit of Lesmo, heading into the DRS straight through Ascari. Kill Bill looking to go down the inside of the racing point. Can he get through? No. Con looks like he's about to lose it there, and he just about holds on. Now that gives the opportunity to Langfeld to capitalise. Up into P7, goes to the Red Bull of Langfeld. Oh no, please, keep it clean, boys. Keep it clean, boys.
Around the outside, can he do it? He is doing it. Pitting line for Langfeld. Is he pitting? No, side by side, coming down to the pit straight. Now he's too wide. It's 4 cars, all in within a motion. Boys. Con looking to the inside line. Langfeld's going to bail out. There you see Kill Bill looking to the inside. The 45 car passing the 76. And there, Con retaining it. Well done to Con to retain that.
Wow.
From all of this, but Kill Bill's going to try and push him up wide. Can he do it? He's got no traction. Ooh. This is it. Look at that. That's the difference between the soft tyres, which are absolutely bald, compared to the medium tyres that still have grip. The medium tyres able to get powered up in turn 2.
That was a risky entry from Trainman. Now he's going to lose out to Langfeld.
Our new leader
back into Colin. It's AJU.
No, well, almost. T. Jonas looking to the inside line as AJU and T. Jonas still haven't pitted. We saw a couple of drivers pit on the POV that will be uploaded to the stream.
James Braden in 3rd. Kilbull, the most places gained statistically. But with Con looking to... No, he's backing off through Ascari. Very sensible from the Racing Point man. Trainman gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings.
Both the leaders pit.
Yeah.
AGU with another time penalty for speeding into pit lane. So both Toro Rossos getting penalised today.
That could be effective in his race. Yeah, they are.
James Braden now our leader. Langfeld looking to be pitting this time round, passing him into pit lane. Con with a time penalty for speeding into pit lane. It is a 50-mile-an-hour speed limit here. It's not slow.
It's so I know because of how it's so easy to get caught out of your pit entry speed on this track. I think if you slow down, if you go to a sensible enough pace heading into the pits, then you should be in good hands. But if not, if you're rushing, then it's not going to help you, because if you rush, you're going to get that. You're just going to pick up 5-second time penalties for speeding.
Ooh, above all of this, Chain Game Wow has jumped JB Ogun in pit lane. So JB Ogun has dropped further back from Chain Game. Robin now has got to get past Lizard, who seems to be the man who, with the most penalties in this race so far. It is Pastor Maldonado in for Toro Rosso. DRS opens on the Williams.
Here he comes. Heading into Ascari. What's he going to do? No, he stays back. He's not even close enough. I'd stay back too.
I think he knows who he's racing right now.
Yeah, absolutely right. I think the setup is not suiting Lazard at all. I don't think.
AJU passed by T. Jonas now, so T. Jonas getting through finally on Toro Rosso.
Up to B9.
And Chain Game Wow, medium tyres. Does that mean they'll be making another stop again? Questions and answers we will see further on in the race.
He's got DRS on Chain Game, but he also has DRS on Lazard as well.
I know they're all popping out like 300 metres from the corner, thinking that they're going to scare them into making an overtake. If making an overtake further back from there, you've got to be side by side.
Yeah, exactly. If you're going to dive bomb, that's suicide.
If you're going to dive bomb, at least make sure that you take the other car out where you do it. T. Jonas under pressure from AJU as AJU makes it the inside line.
Here he comes.
AJU, the non-problems Toro Rosso, just cutting the track.
Penalty.
So, Trainman now to be leading up to his actual name of creating a train behind him of 1, 2, 3, 4 cars and a bit more coming. And then
Trainman side by side.
There's something horrendously wrong with that Ferrari today.
I think if you look at their tyre, the thing is, Trainman's on older tyres, so Lazard is obviously going to have an advantage, but it's just a matter of time because of. I think it's. I'm not sure they're going to last much longer on those 11-lap-old mediums for Trainman.
No, he'll be pitching in 2 or 3 laps.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time until
look at
Shane
the
Game and
speed
Jabogan will get past.
Shane Game. Well, Shane Game's already passed him. Let's have a look. Jabogan will be able to pass him into the braking zone if he doesn't get blocked up by the Ferrari. He looks at his own line.
Trainman! Was that a turn from Trainman? Oh!
And the Trainman's bailing onto the grass. He's in the gravel. He's in the kitty litter. And he's back on track. He is doing an impression of Sebastian Vettel today.
Oh no!
And he's in the wall.
Oh no! Poor Trainman.
So, live comments are definitely... Virtual safety car deployed, though, here in Monza for the incident.
First VSC.
Took us 13 laps.
Poor Trainman. You got to feel for him, I think.
Now, let's run through what we saw there. Let's just quickly decode what we saw.
The dive bomb, he got it horribly. He
didn't dive bomb. By the looks of it, he missed his braking point into turn 1. As he did that, he then slewed across the track with rear-end locking, or what seemed to be something resembling rear-end locking. He then slewed across into Lazard, who then seemed to be almost like a side pod glitch, the old side pod glitches from the old game, as I remember them, seemed to shaft him off into the gravel. He then came back on track, then got in the way of the other Toro Rosso of AJU, who then... What on earth is JB Ogun doing? They go back to live racing.
Penalty.
As it seemed, JB Ogun was overtaking Chain Gang Wow. As we go back to live racing here, Kill Bill under pressure, Mike Bundy into pit lane, immediately wanted to serve his drive-through penalty. Chain Gang Wow putting pressure onto Kill Bill. The Renault is going to have to bail out of this overtake.
He is. Oh!
They're 3 wide, and JB Ogun pushing him through. He's just like, right, get through, Williams, get through. I want to get through. I've had enough of this.
Yeah,
not going quick enough.
Enough of these guys ahead.
A little bit of a bump past there, as if we were watching NASCAR. Stam under pressure from Sanchevich.
Oh dear. I can imagine a Days of Thunder reference coming in there.
Sanchevich now flying round the outside, the Haas Ferrari powered car, passing the Williams Mercedes.
Here he comes. Yeah, very good stuff from Sanchevich. I don't think there's no way Sam's going to get him back through Lesmo. It's not an overtaking corner.
And with the tyre difference as well.
Exactly.
1 lap difference.
You're spot on with that 100%. Ooh, bit of a wide exit through there from Stam.
But
here comes Jabogan.
Exactly who we're looking at right now on the recording. Jabogan has to nail this. Chain Gang Wow seems to be very comfortable for Ascari, which became... who isn't comfortable.
That's going wide!
Kill Bill, though losing the rear end, Danton had to go wide to avoid hitting the Renault, who was slow off the exit.
Wow.
Kill Bill was becoming a bit of a moving chicane right now.
Yes.
It's like having Fernando Alonso back in. That was for Lee.
Oh, here comes Jabogan now. He's got DRS on him. Straight through. No problem for the McLaren.
So McLaren through into P3. Remember, out of sequence right now. That is a move for the net race lead here at Monza. It seems that Chain Gang Wow pulling back to the outside line though. He cannot get the run though on the McLaren.
Yep.
Mr. Maka in P3 is going to be in P1.
Bogan has got this.
What's AJU doing? He's gone way off the track. He's going to have to go over the sleeping policeman, and Kill Bill getting out the way, and AJU dropping positions like his teammate who has been spinning today.
Yeah, agreed. It's just crazy. And then we have Baboonjay, who's not even in the session. He's already like 28 seconds behind Trainman.
That car's going to get in the way as well.
It is. I absolutely agree with that 100%. I think
the rule in SFR, unless they changed it, is if you lag out, if you haven't retired your car, safety car,
gone.
AJU making a mistake, helping get the image of the car It's a big accident there.
I'm on board with Mike Bundy now. Wow.
So,
now with Ironics, he's got
slewed
passing
across the
through.
track. Another virtual safety car. That should really be a full safety car, but another virtual safety car here.
Yeah.
And into pit lane comes Kill Bill.
Kill Bill. Sensible option, I have to say.
Drivers obviously having to watch their data now, watch their delta, make sure they do not exceed that limit. Kill Bill, ADU leading the second.
AD's left.
Understandable. Upset.
He's not
he will
happy.
be. So, in all of this though, Lazard is actually our net race leader in P2.
Yep.
So our net race leader is 3 seconds ahead of his next rival. Obviously under virtual safety car, I believe, at JB Ogun. As we go back to green flag racing now, JB Ogun will have the natural speed to face Lazard today here at Monza. I don't believe Toro Rosso will be on that top step of the podium, but we might see them later on.
No, I highly doubt it, but I mean, there's plenty of time for that to change, but I think it's all going to come down to keeping your discipline, maintaining your composure, getting it right on strategy as well.
Whoa! Big sideways moment for Stam as he comes out of a sky. We caught that on the onboard, and that was a fantastic catch.
Wow.
I can only imagine in real life, on his steering wheel, he took his right hand off and just kicked it with his left hand up. Absolutely phenomenal catch.
Wow. Incredible stuff. Now Sanchevitz, he's on the back of Sanchevitz now.
Drivers under pressure in all of this race. Chain going well, putting on the pressure, and Dantan taking it as Tijuana starts to get closer and closer to the Honda-powered Red Bull. Fastest first sector of the race for
TNR
Tijuana
versus TNR. Red Bull versus McLaren.
Try and capture any form of racing that we can get. So we've seen that there's a few cars going pretty slowly. One of them seems to be the lagged car of Bunjay. And I think the general rule in SFR, at least when I read the rule book, was that if you lagged out, you had to come back in. If you're not that fancy racing, come back in and retire that car. Unless you can't get back in, which is perfectly unreasonable, but we will see what happens. Sanchez with a time penalty. Trying to defend too hard from Stam, and I think it's only a matter of time before the GP3 driver elect comes through. Looking, does he try into Parabolica? He does not. But the Greek driver is putting pressure, the 96 driver putting pressure on.
Con gets a 3-second time penalty.
Oh, he's wide! He's wide! Stam's in the wall! Stam heavily just carrying too much speed into Parabolica. He's now having to power the Williams back up, recycle every bit of power. And that is one of our glorious races over for today. It's just lightning McQueening it, as I would call it.
I know. Bloody
really
crazy.
Putting a damn fight.
Look at this. Jabogan is under severe pressure from Chain Game.
Pressure is now. They have to start closing the gap to Lyronics. Oh, sorry, to Lazard.
Yeah, you're right. I think he's only. I mean, Jabogan is now 3.7 off Lazard, who himself is 1.7 off the race leader. So they're going to have to find that extra something to just really close that gap.
Looking forward, Sven dropping back past Mike Bundy. Mike Bundy, who had to pit whose race is essentially over due to the penalty he suffered under the virtual safety car. Coming through Bunjay now. Bunjay, the ghosts of Renault's past are in trouble. James Braden does enter pit lane finally, and Lazard
that
is
was inevitable.
Lazard now our race leader. But what is going to happen? Because Lazard, he can only go slower.
Yeah,
and he's got penalty. Well, he's got loads of penalties. He's not going to be winning this race so far. He's got at least 9 seconds worth of penalties.
You're absolutely right there. I think. Wow, what a race this has been.
So closest battle on track is actually Langfell and Con.
Ooh.
Langfell up the inside, Con under pressure. The racing point soon to be Aston Martin having to make a correction there. Obviously, 2 more seasons in SFR.
No problem for Langfell.
The bright pink car being on the grid. Then
Yeah.
we'll see what Aston Martin bring out.
I'm excited for the Aston Martin.
I'm not, because it's Mr. Stroll's car. I don't like Lawrence Stroll at all. I don't mind Lance anymore, but I don't like Lawrence.
No.
Lawrence can... not on stream.
No.
Not for SFR.
No.
Are the words I
This is giving us a bad name if this happened.
Oh, I think I already did that years ago.
Oh no. Ooh.
Chenge Wow to the inside line. Chenge Wow
this
is
gonna be
through.
close. He's got him.
They
got him.
They have to be smart here. This is a 1-2 for those two if they maintain the gap.
Yeah.
At this rate, though, Lizard will be off the podium. T. Jonas will be joining them on the podium with a 1.3 second gap. He may even be P5.
Right.
8 laps to go.
Yeah, this is going to be a very close ending. I think. Ooh, that was a bit of a questionable exit through the chicane, but he's heading into Lismo now.
There's Mo 1.
Now there's Mo 2. Oh, that was a bit of a slide there.
He's got so much more power, hasn't he? Look at that. Whoa, J. Bugger's in trouble. His tyres are worn. Something's wrong with the 19.
Yeah, I saw that as well. I think it's going to be... I don't think he's on unless... I think if he is on a 2-stop, a 1-stop, then he is not...
If he's on a 2-stop,
just going to have to stick it out.
If he's going to stop, he'll come out between Sanchevich and James Braden.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be in trouble. I think he's overheating his tyres behind Robin. He's overdriving the car right now, and he has to be able to calm it down and make sure that the car controls itself.
Lazard is now 5.6 seconds ahead of second place.
Bjorgen popping out in the braking zone, trying to scare Robin. No phases for the Dutchman in P2.
James Braden gets the fastest lap.
That's the point. The fastest lap point goes to it. Now Mo McLaren swap positions. Will there be a shout saying multi-2, not 1-9? Will they be yelling multi-21 this time round? It does seem like they won't. I think they'll race.
Agreed.
Colin once again being passed by Lang. That race has been going on for about 4 centuries.
Yeah, it is.
Battle number 375 between Jay Bjorgen and Chen Game Wow, commencing soon. Did you buy a ticket to this show? Well, luckily we are recording it for you. Here comes Jay Bjorgen trying to continue the pace through Ascari. He's been stifled a bit by Robin's initial entry into the corner. It stifled his run. And the McLaren of T. Jonas is thinking, for God's sake, I'm quicker than this.
Yeah, he is. I mean... I think
Jay Bjorgen's in trouble. Something's wrong with the car. He can't keep it going. I think he's heavily overheating his tyres. DRS open on Jay Bjorgen's car. On the straights, he can't really compete with Chain Game, but in the corners, he's so much better as long as he controls the exit. So through the fast corners, the building speed corners like Parabolica, he's really struggling.
Braden gets another fastest lap. If he finishes where he is, this could be crucial for James Braden.
Always want the fastest lap point. Con and Langfell once again going side by side along the straight. Jay Bjorgen dipping a wheel onto the gravel, off the track, as the 96 car of Con makes it through. Langfell is just enjoying this battle for the single final point for either the wooden spoon or for some World Championship points.
Yep, this is going to be... Yeah, it's not. I think it's basically the battle of the lowest out of the midfield, because... I wouldn't say lowest out of the midfield, but to be honest... With Con, what I've seen from Con, I've been impressed with him, with what I've seen from him in the reserve championship. But if he can get a point on his debut GP2 race, that's going to be something for him to savour.
DRS open
Because
on
you've got some
JP
fast
Ogun's
drivers
car.
in that division.
JB Ogun to the inside line, finally getting another chance to overtake Chain Game. Wow, it's a far back move, but it doesn't happen this time round.
No.
And this is obviously allowing Lizard to run away. Lizard is still within a chance now of winning this race. He's got enough time. If these two keep battling, Lizard can
You're right.
win this race. And T. Jonas is getting pushed back into Dantan at this point.
Yeah, he is. Dantan's literally closing up on them. If something happens up ahead, he's probably thinking,
T. Jonas,
if you guys want to crash out, be my guest.
Late safety car, we won't say no. Oh, T. Jonas sideways there. He always gave us that late safety car. DRS open, he's pushing hard. I think he's trying to get the call to his teammate saying, let me through. 19 versus 2, the inter-team battle, McLaren versus Williams and Red Bull coming to play.
This is going to be a dramatic ending.
It'll end in a shower of carbon fibre at this point.
Goodness, I'll check on penalties, see what we have.
I think it may end up with missing some carbon fibre soon. Chengen Wow moving around a lot, and JB Ogun can complain that he's moving and weaving. Who knows? DRS opens now. Chengen Wow under pressure. Here comes JB Ogun to the inside line. McLaren passing the Williams of Chain Game, and he's cut across him, making him sit in the way. And Chain Game on power. He's going to get back along him into Curve de Grande now. Is it going to be a Grande move? No, he's having to chuck back inside for a little bit of slipstream. And trying to hold it through Curve de Grande. Is he going to make a move up the inside here into chicane? No, he is not. I just got to ask you to hold off for just a moment until we have a moment of clean racing. Oh, he's going to That's why! That's why I should hold off. I said something in my SFR waters, and I knew it was coming. Something was going to happen.
I just wanted to point out...
G. Jonas almost sideways again at Lesmo 2. He's got to get that under control if he wants to get in on the podium this time.
Zard, I've just went into the race director. Obviously, he had that 5-second time penalty. But aside from that, but if he has served it, he's only going to end the race with a 6-second time penalty. So by then, if he keeps doing what he's doing, he is going to finish 1.2 seconds ahead of Jabogan. So if he keeps this up, he could potentially win this race.
I don't think he's served that penalty. He won't have had time to. He's only pitted once, hasn't he?
Yeah, that's pitted,
He pitted to get that penalty. When he sped into pit lane, he got that penalty. Chain Game Wow on the brakes is absolutely insane.
Oh, yeah.
He's able to catch up, and JP Ogun now passed by his teammate, and Chain Game Wow is going to try and get through, and
he's backing off.
Don't think that was a brake check there. I think JP Ogun had to make had to react to his teammate.
Rough exit from to Jonas. No, that was to Jabogan, sorry. Ah, damn, sorry, I forgot about that.
So, questions regarding legality of that move could come up. Chain Game could say he brake checked me. I don't think he did. I think JB Ogun. Oh,
that gets another penalty.
See, now that's
he's in trouble now.
It.
Yeah, it's looking like that.
Con
gets another 3-second
time
penalty.
That World Championship point is disappearing.
It is.
But eyes are glued as we're heading on to the 25th lap of racing. T. Jonas, we're glued on second place, the battle for second place here. Who's it going to be, T. Jonas, JB Ogun, or Chain Game Wow, as they pass on to the penultimate lap, the 26th lap of racing?
Yeah. Lazar going through, going into it just nailed turns 1 and 2.
At this point, I think T. Jonas said, you stay behind me, defend from defend from Chain Game, and we will take 2-3 in this race, or 1-2 in this race at this point.
Yeah, exactly. I think
it's
all about keeping it clean. Dantag gets a 3-second time penalty.
It's now all down to penalties in this race.
Yeah.
It's down to controlling the car behind you and controlling their race as much as yours. DRS opens on the Williams. And I think what we've been
I think
told.
Chain Game got a 3-second time penalty as well, and Jabogan also has a 3-second as well. So, if Chain Game hasn't served his penalty, then this could put Dantan, despite the 3-second time penalty, up a place.
The final lap begins now as Lizard crosses the line. Italian thoroughbred Toro Rosso car is
Here's a 3-second time penalty.
Is in the best position to win the race on the track. Whether he will win the race with penalties, we do not know. We do not believe so, as under pressure. And I think that we've had the call from McLaren saying, okay, JB Ogan, we need you to hold him in your... We need to... Or with T. Johnson as well. Hold your teammate in the DRS. Do not get away. Pull your teammate along.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's going to be crucial for Jabogan to get back into that, to really close the gap on his championship rival.
Oh, it's towards I, and that's going to seriously affect it. JP Ogan skimming the gravel. Excuse me, Chain Game well already making a mistake though. Himself come on the entry, so this is crucial. Both of them making mistakes. Through Ascari for the final time comes Lizard though. He's looking very comfortable.
He is. He's nailed it perfectly. All he needs to do now is get through.
Whoa! Chain Game well can't get it around the outside. We have to swap over and look at him as he comes through.
That was a bad exit for Ascari from Chain Game.
Through the final corner
now, Jabogan is safe.
Through the final corner, Lizard on the road is going to win the race, but I do not believe that.
Jabogan is letting it's through.
And that's poor that they've swapped those positions.
Is this going to be a Jabogan win? It is! 1-2 for McLaren! Lizard goes into third!
Hold on.
Dantan in fourth!
Did McLaren orchestrate that win? Did they swap positions at the final corner?
Yes, they did.
Poor. That's very poor from McLaren to do that.
I think because of the I get what you're saying, but in the sense of the championship,
I don't care about the championship, Tom. I care about the race.
I know.
And I complained in 2004, 2003 when they did it, when Ferrari did it. I complained when the Ferraris in GP3 last season crossed.
I remember Ford and the WRC were notorious for it.
So yeah, I'm not best impressed there that they swapped positions at the final corner. But nonetheless,
it's crucial. Nonetheless, it's crucial for Jabogan.
Nonetheless, though, JB Ogan does win the race. Not properly, but he does win the race.
Much needed for Jabogan as well, considering the bad luck he's had in the past few races.
1-2 for McLaren. Though the wrong way round, in my opinion.
Oh no. I'm staying out of this.
JB Ogan wins the race ahead of T. Jonas, and the third place goes to Dantan. Lizard winning on the road, but yeah, Lizard, sorry, you're right. Lizard winning on the road, but he dropped back.
Right. Do you want me to go through the results or you?
Yeah, you go through it.
Alright. Jabogan takes the win in what has been a crucial final lap of the race after the team orders from McLaren, which puts Jonas into second. Lizard, despite winning it out on track, goes down into third due to penalties. Dantan goes into fourth. Chain Game in fifth. James Brady in sixth. Not the best of days for him, but solid points nonetheless. Sanchevitz in seventh. Stam eighth. Lyronix ninth. Kill Bill 10th. Langfeld 11th. Mike Bundy 12th. Con 13th. That guy Sven 14th, Treyman 15th, 16 Baboon JD, even though he didn't participate in the race, and AGU is the only casualty of that race. Right, shall we get the top three in, or?
Yeah, we'll get them in, but we'll just do one thing first. Obviously, next week we're off to Singapore, so we'll talk about that in a moment. We'll just cut this recording and we'll make sure we blend them all together. Let's just get the McLaren on screen to make sure that we have the image there. So that is this race recording done. We'll get started on the interview recording in just a moment's time. Okay, so welcome back to the interview portion of this video. Unfortunately, again, due to the internet problems, we weren't not able to stream. The interviews tonight will be handled by Tom, as he knows the drivers a little bit more than I do. I'll be sitting here quietly, chewing my fingernails.
Oh, for goodness sake. Alright. Okay, okie dokes. Jebogen. Congratulations on the win. Massive. Considering the bad luck that you've had in the past couple of races, it's been massive to say the least. But it must be it's got to be a massive relief to get back into winning ways.
Yeah, for sure. It's correct as you say. It has been a couple of tough races there, so it was amazing to get back on the podium at least, and also the top. So yeah, great feeling.
With that, you've had a pretty long battle with Chain Game. When the lad was closing you down massively, and it was obviously quite a crazy battle to say the least. But did you think that were you more focused on trying to keep him behind, or just trying to focus your rhythm and just go forward?
Yeah, because I knew that Lizard had 6 seconds. That was just told me there. So, and when he was like 8 seconds in front, I thought we have to focus on second place there. And then Chain Game started slowing down, so I thought that maybe we can have a better chance if Tijonis and Dansan were coming up, so we could be fourth. But the Lizard was just too far ahead, so I was just focusing on the second place there. And of course, when Tijonis went past there, I thought that third place would be great for me, but he let me through, and we got the finish on penalty points. So yeah, it was a great race, and I have to dedicate this one to my teammate, because I would never have got the win without him. Yeah.
And when Tijonis let you pass, not only I thought that, I know some might disagree with it, but I can I can definitely understand why he did it, because not only it's for your championship, and you've closed the gap to James Braden after that win.
Yeah.
But is it also a strategy for the team's championship as well?
Yeah, for sure it could be there, but I think the reason he did it was so that I can get more points in the driver championship. So it was a great gesture, and I think Formula One, even though it's also an individual sport, it's also a team sport, and he certainly did what was best for me and for the team as well. So yeah, I'm very happy.
I'm glad for you, mate. Good to see you getting back into winning ways. What's as you've closed up that gap to James Braden, what's the plan going into Singapore?
Yeah, I have to lay down some serious practice, so I really hope that I can close the gap, and also I hope that me and Tijonis can continue going forward in the constructors as well.
Yeah, love that. Thank you for your time. Congratulations on the win.
Yeah,
good luck for next week.
Thank you.
Tijonis.
Yes, hello.
Good day at the office for you today. Congratulations on P2.
Thank you.
Considering the inconsistent run since Austria, you've got to be quite happy. I think.
But yeah, I'm very happy with the result, and it's happy to turn things around. And Italy is probably one of my strongest tracks, so I knew that I probably would be near the front, but didn't really find my feet in the start and got tangled up in a lot of incidents, and I felt like I got held up, and after the pit stops and got on some fresh tires, I felt like I found my feet and really could push forward, and I got let through by Jebogen because I felt like I was faster, and I thought that I could close the gap to Lessard, so Jebogen might have a win for his fight in the constructors. So that was the whole reasoning.
Yeah. Considering the again, I mean, I've discussed it with your teammate, but that battle with Chain Game, when it was neck and neck between the three of you, and then you were practically pushing your cars and yourselves to the limit. How would you say? What was the plan in terms of dealing with Chain Game?
I knew that he had a time penalty, so I knew that he wasn't really. We weren't really fighting for position. We were only fighting for track position, and I wasn't really wanting to be that aggressive. I was just gonna stay behind, and if I had a run on him, I might go for it as long as Jebogen wasn't in between us. And he did a mistake, and I got past, and that helped me a lot.
All right. Heading into Singapore now. What's the I think the strategy is to maintain that level, to maintain a consistent run from now to the next race, getting your rhythm in, and getting another good result. Yeah,
for sure. Singapore, I really enjoyed the track, but I haven't really found the pace there, so I can't really expect to be as paceful as I was today. So hopefully I'll just keep the consistency going and grab some valuable points and cheer on for Jebogen for the championship. Yeah, it's good. I mean, I do enjoy the. I like how organised you guys are each race, because I've seen in qualifying sessions that you two obviously tend to give each other slipstreams and whatnot, and it just goes to show. Obviously, you guys know each other, but it also goes to show how organised you are as a team, and that, in my opinion, that could lead to constructors' titles as well. Not only drivers' titles, let alone drivers' titles. Yeah, we're in it for the team game, so we're fighting together, and I think that's a great mentality to grab solid points and go for that constructors' championship. Yeah, love that. Thank you for the time. Congratulations on second place. Cheers. No problem, mate. And great to have a JB back in the booth as well. It really warms my heart.
Yeah. You might not be saying that when you hear the recording. You might not be saying that anymore, but you know.
Zod.
Hello, guys.
Another solid race for you today. Second podium in a row.
It was definitely not good, you know. First of all, this is to Jonas and Jebogen. They really deserve it. Wonderful for their team today. Really amazing performance. I had a really poor starts, dropping like from P2 to P7. It was really bad. And then the other car just, you know, so powerful. I went into the lead again, and then my pace was just incredibly fast. I was like 1 second ahead in each lap, so I had a lot of penalties, so yeah. I knew that it was definitely not possible.
I've had a podium in Monaco taken away from me, but hey, at least you're not alone through all of that. But hey, still plenty of positives to take out of that, despite having that win taken off you.
Yeah, it was the 5-second penalty on the pit lane that cost me the race win. But, you know, I'm just looking forward to Singapore. I want to win a race, at least at GP2 this season. So I'll do my best.
Yeah, I think you've definitely got the potential for that, because not only you are reliable, but you've got some strong pace as well, which could potentially challenge the likes of Jebogen, James Braden, and Chain Game.
Yeah, but you know, these guys are very, very quick, and
it is a tight league.
Yeah, I know. I'll do my best to beat them.
Yeah. I think me and JB have been watching the race, and then you seem to have the car. I mean, the car looked pretty tight. I think were you struggling for grip at all, or were you?
I was struggling the first thing with the softs, because at the start I was pushed off like 5 times or 6. I don't know. and that compromised me a lot. And then, when the mediums, when I feed the mediums on, the pace was just incredibly fast. But yeah, happy to be on the podium with this 14-second penalty.
Yeah.
Debogen and Zitonis.
Yeah. Now, that podium takes you above Stam in the standings.
Yes.
If you get that, if you get another podium or win in Singapore, nonetheless another good result.
Yeah.
Is your plan from now until the end of the season is to get into that top 5 bracket, top 6?
My goal is to reach the top level of myself, which is not only going into the top 5, but as high as I can go. I don't know if this is top 5 or top 3. We will see in the future, but overall, I think that the remaining races will be very, very excited, and we'll see what's happening.
All right. Absolutely fine. Love that. Thank you. Congrats on third. Obviously, again, unlucky for not taking that win, but thank you for your time as well. JB, I think that's it. That's all I've got to say tonight.
Well, that is our race done at Singapore. Again, apologies to Singapore, Monza. Singapore's coming up next week. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah.
Hopefully next week we can just stream it. Yeah, so next week we're off to Singapore. Close street circuit, close walls, and if anything like this race, we might see some full safety cars or someone being Daniel Kvyat and flying into an Alfa Romeo. Who knows?
Oh dear.
Obviously, we will endeavour to get this video up as soon as possible. It will be, fingers crossed, it will be done before the premiere race tomorrow. I'm going to try and get it up tonight, as of tonight being the Wednesday night. So I'm going to spend all night trying to get it up, because I don't sleep. Who would sleep? What are you on about? So hopefully you enjoyed this spiced together video of the race and the interviews afterwards. Heading off to Singapore, hopefully we'll have a problem where we will be back live, as always, on the SFR YouTube channel. I would promote tomorrow's race, but at the same time, who knows what day this is going up, so we can't tell. All we can say now is thank you to Tom for joining us on commentary, as always.
Not a problem. I wish I could have hosted that, but because of what was going on tonight, but hey, it's better that you do it than not doing this at all.
Well, we will see you next time for SFR. Have a very good time and stay safe, everyone. Ta-ra, guys.
Ta-ra, guys.